And if there is anything that the Bible is very clear about, is that you should never listen to a woman.
YouTube, what's going on with y'all? I've been lacking, I've been slacking, missing on the reactions. So let me give you all this angle. Since I'm really talking to y'all right quick. But it's okay, because we're back. Actually, no, I'm gonna show y'all why I've been lacking on the reactions. Okay, hold on. Because y'all don't understand. And I'm not even gonna bring up all the channels, because I'm gonna do that right now. But chat, YouTube. Y'all don't understand. I have a whole nother video or channel that I try to run over here. This is the gaming channel. Go subscribe. But like, we've been trying to post on the gaming channel. Don't look at these more consistently. We was lacking a lot. These was actually coming out daily, then they just stopped. But like, come on, chat. This video just dropped. Go check it out, bro. Great 2K video. This video dropped a couple days ago. Go check it out. Great Fortnite video, bro. I'm telling y'all. Just if y'all ever think, oh, I'm just here on stream, bro. That's not true. I have other forms of media, other forms of content, bro. Y'all go check that out. But anyway, today, we have a Young Dawn animation, bro. He's back. After years of not dropping, he's back. We finna see. But honestly, me personally, the title of this video is I Got Circumcised as an Adult. I don't know if y'all can see that. Like, you got as an adult. Apparently, when it happened to me, I was like a baby. Like, Batman wouldn't beat this out of me because you're a grown man. I thought you should at least wouldn't have put on the internet.
But if I could go back in time and stop myself, I don't have that many regrets in my life. But if I could go back in time and stop myself from doing a few things, for sure, one of them would be cutting the tip of my dick off. Ah, yes, after being gone for about 3 years, I'm sure this was the kind of story you thought I'd make my big comeback with. But yes, about 2 years ago, 2023, as a fully grown adult man with children, I decided to get circumcised.
Donna's kids? I feel like I knew that. But I feel like I knew about the one. I didn't know it was kids plural. Congrats, G. Congrats.
Now, why would a fully grown adult man with children decide to do something so insane? Was it a medical necessity? Nope. Ma Johnson was working just fine. Was it cosmetic? Was I just finally tired of being Team Turtleneck and wanted to permanently drop the top of my joint?
My prediction, he did it on a whim. My prediction is he woke up one day, ran himself a nice shower, caught a glimpse in the mirror, was like, this ain't it, Chief. And next thing you know, he went to the doctor. He said, Doc, let me get the Carl Gallagher. The doc said, all right, twin. They shook on it. They dapped up. They shook on it, whatever. He signed the paper, paid the money. Now this grown man, you know, stop.
In fact, I can now speak from experience. It's a downgrade. Personally, I prefer the convertible model, which makes sense. After all, we are all born with a hoodie for a reason. So why?
See, when I was younger, I didn't know that. I didn't know that as a kid. I just thought it was the way it was. That's all.
Fun? Why did you do this to yourself? For the same reason dudes have been doing crazy shit since the beginning of human civilization.
Also, this is a crazy, like, this is what you used for this?
In the name of God. Yes.
You use a street view of 9/11 as your demonstration of men just doing stupid shit, bro. That's no.
You see, I went on a spiritual journey. I became very religious, very devoted, very
I don't think that's a
zealous,
fair.
as they say. I was willing to do anything and everything I thought I needed to do in order to please God. Now, I'm no longer a very religious person, to be honest. I'm not here to tell you what to do or what to believe. And I don't want to get into it, you know? That's a hornet's nest that I don't want to stick my dick inside. But I am going to tell you this story from my religious arc because it's fucking hilarious. And before we continue, I just want to shout out my second channel, YDR. I do funny daily reactions over there. It's nothing religious or political or serious. It's just straight entertainment. I also stream over there, occasionally playing video games and just chopping it up with the chat. So click the link in the pinned comment and go subscribe. Maybe we can hit 100K in 2025. So there are different kinds of Christianity, right? You've heard about this: Catholic, Orthodox, Pentecostal, Church of Christ, Baptist, Methodist, Calvinist, Mormon, da 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 da.
Oh, so you're not gonna go through all of them. Let me see. Which ones do I know of? We know Jehovah's Witness. I've heard of Quaker, but I dead be thinking that's just oatmeal. I'll be forgetting there was like a whole like Quaker people, bro. I dead hear Quaker and think oatmeal. Church of God, I have no clue what that is. Assyrian. Please hold while I do a Google search real quick of thinking of what I think this is. Okay, that's not what I thought it was. We heard Catholic, Catholic, Orthodox. I think I know what this is. Pentecostal, I know what this is. Church of Christ. I feel like Church of Christ and Church of God should be the same thing, but it's not. I digress. Don't strike me down. Baptist, know that. Methodist, heard of that. Calvinist. Check somebody that's taught in school. Like, I don't know what a Calvinist is, or an Anglican, or an Adventist. Like, I've heard of a Lutheran. Never heard of Oriental. I know what a Mormon is.
About this: Catholic, Orthodox, Pentecostal, Church of Christ, Baptist, Methodist, Calvinist, Mormon, da 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 da. Yeah, they're a bunch, right? Well, I experimented with a few because the Bible doesn't tell you which one is the right one. I mean, supposedly you can figure it out by reading the Bible and connecting the dots, but if it was truly that simple, there wouldn't be hundreds, if not thousands, of different kinds of Christians and churches and all that.
Right.
So obviously, it's kind of hard for people to come to a consensus
It'd be
of
a
what
lot
the
more
Bible
plain and
is
simple.
actually saying. So I shopped around. I dibbled and dabbled, experimented with a few different kinds of churches, and tried my best to figure out which one is the most Jesus-y and Bible-y, I guess. Eventually, I found this one kind of church where their whole thing was living your life just like Jesus. And you might say, yeah, isn't that the goal for all Christians? Yes and no. Yes, in the sense that all Christians say they want to be loving and forgiven and things like that, but Christians don't actually live the same lifestyle as to be loving and forgiven and things like that, but Christians.
That is a crazy frame. You don't even see. There's a moment. Hold on. We're gonna slow this down for y'all because there's a moment.
Christians say they want to be loving and forgiven and things like that, but
The attention to detail, having to draw the fear in little Timmy's face. All right. Hold on, chat. Yes. Hold on. You can wait a second. Wait all fucking day. All right, chat. Anyway, lock me in.
But Christians don't actually live the same lifestyle as
And then comes back
Jesus,
for a muffin.
because Jesus was a Jew, and there's special rules that Jews follow, like they don't eat pork and they don't work on Saturdays, and there's a bunch more, but those are the most inconvenient ones. Anyway,
Okay, but no. Question. Wait.
they don't eat pork and they don't work on Saturdays.
So if I tell my job I'm Jewish, that feels very unethical. Let me not think about it.
And
That feels
there's a
very
bunch more,
wrong.
but those are the most inconvenient ones. Anyway, arguably, the most important rule of them all is that all the men have to be circumcised. Like, if you're not circumcised, you're cooked. No smelly
You're
snorkel
cooked?
dicks in heaven. Only clean master race Johnsons are.
Crazy. This is ridiculous. Are we being prejudiced? Are we segregating? Are we? Chat, are we? Hold on. Chat, are we? Am I hearing this correctly right now? Are we segregating penises? Are we segregating? I don't know if I can say that on Twitch now I think about it. Are we segregating Johnsons? Are we segregating male genitalia? What are we doing? What are we doing here? What is going on here, chat? Mike is also now. What are we doing here, chat? What is going on?
Loud. I'm serious. This is in the Bible, aka no snorkel dicks. Now, truth be told, this shit got patched with the Jesus update. You know, when the Son of God.
That shit really says AK. We did not make Jesus a DLC. You did not turn the Son of Christ into a DLC.
Now, truth be told, this shit got patched with the Jesus update. You know, when the Son of God DLC dropped, they completely changed everything. Now it doesn't matter. Being uncircumcised won't send you to hell to burn forever, which is pretty convenient for the man them in the UK. Yeah, I've seen British porn. Y'all would have been cooked, but I didn't know.
Yeah. Don.
The Bible that good yet, right? You don't have to like get a 4-year degree to convert to Christianity, which probably you should, but right. But so the people at this Jewish church, they convinced me into thinking we're still under the old rules. And to be fair, they don't know any better, right? They believe this stuff. But you know, that's like the thing with Christianity. There's a lot of different opinions on what the truth is, but most people have good intentions. Nonetheless, they told me I had to get circumcised, right? Like they were like, okay, look, God might give you a pass, but we don't know. I wouldn't risk it, to be honest. And so I was like, dang, well, I don't.
You're telling me that this man, this grown man, by the way, wasn't even fully Jewish and still went through with it?
Want to risk it, and I had the money. I was living in Houston at the time, and they had a clinic not too far from where I lived with pretty good reviews for adult circumcisions.
Bro.
So I was like, well, what am I gonna tell God if I died uncircumcised and he asks me why I didn't do it? So I was like, fuck, okay, I guess I'll go do this. So I call him up to make the appointment, and it was so casual. It was too easy, bro. Like they should have a waiting period, you know, so that you could like think about it some more. But they were like, we can get you in on Thursday. I was like, nigga, it's Tuesday. That's so soon. But hey, if I'm gonna do it, I might as.
It's that easy? That does feel disturbingly easy.
Well, just do it, right? What's the holdup? So I was like, all right, Thursday works for me. I had to pay a deposit of like $500 so that I wouldn't flake. You know, I imagine a lot of dudes would flake if it wasn't for that. The whole thing costs like $2,500, bro. And it
Ooh. Bands. I'm so glad that shit happened at birth, bro.
can't use insurance either. It has to be cash. But
They be on it. Nah.
can you put a price on not burning in
So
hell forever?
I'm so glad that shit happened at birth, bro.
Gotta do what you gotta do. So I made the appointment. Then I tell my wife, and she was not happy, right? In fact, she cried. She thought it was a terrible idea. She was completely against it and thought it was too quick of a decision. It was too extreme. Why can't I wait a few months? Maybe I'll learn something new and realize I don't need to do it. And then I was like,
Which is exactly what happened.
It's the same thing Eve did to Adam. And look how that shit turned out, right? And if there is anything that the Bible is very clear about, is that you should never listen to a woman, especially when she's trying to tell you
That can't be true. That can't be true, right?
to do the opposite of what God says. Now, it turns out God
Wait, no, there's no way. There's no way. There's no way.
is trying to tell you to do the opposite of what God says. Now, it
Every male throughout your generations, whether born in your house or bought with your money is crazy. Every male throughout your generations, whether born in your house or bought with your money from any foreigner who is not of your offspring, both he who is born in your house and he who is bought with your money shall surely be circumcised. So shall my covenant be in your flesh, an everlasting covenant. Forever.
it turns out
Too much.
God would change his mind on this with the Jesus patch, but I didn't understand that at the time. The Bible is a very thick book and it's very confusing, and even the Bible admits to it being confusing.
As also in all his letters, speakings, and them of speaking. hold on. Also in all his letters, speaking in them of these things, in which are some things hard to understand, which the untaught and unstable distort, as they do not also rest of the scriptures to their own destruction.
And so that's not me taking a shot or anything. So with my mind made up and not allowing my evil Jezebel wife to deceive me into thinking that I was making a rash decision and that
Bro, Don's animations be so simple, but there's so much to them to where it's like they're good, bro. I love them, bro. I love them.
if God is, like a loving and patient God, he wouldn't mind me taking more time to work through this stuff before making such an expensive and permanent decision. Because as every Christian knows, thinking through things is exactly what Satan wants you to do. That's called leaning on your own understanding. So I committed to going through with it anyway. Well, Thursday came around and
It was just
reluctantly
standing
she
there with
starts
the
to
bottle.
support me. And she's always done that, right? Sometimes she doesn't agree with my decisions. Sometimes she even puts up a fight. But eventually,
And that's what you call a happy relationship.
she has always supported me in the end, even when I was wrong or was making a decision that wasn't in our best interest. And for that, I will never deserve this woman. So I went to the place, right? They had me put some numbing cream on my snickerdoodle. And once I was fully numb, they injected it with local anesthesia, which I didn't feel at all. I shot off one last prayer and then Doc got to work. It didn't take long, about 45 minutes for the whole procedure, and
quick?
I didn't feel a thing. They wrapped it up in gauze, the doctor wrote me a prescription for pain meds, and then sent me on my way. I was shocked how good I felt. For one, the doctor
In and
said
out.
the surgery went perfectly, and here I am 2 years later and can confidently say that it did in fact go very well based on the results. I also felt like I pleased
He sat on this for 2 years. And then you decided, see, you went 2 years. That's long enough. We don't need to tell nobody.
God, no more
I would've kept it a
snorkel
secret.
dick,
That
which
was between me and my wife.
at the time I thought was really bothering him. But lastly, I felt no pain. Even 15 minutes after the operation was over and I was walking
What? What? I understand, like, you know, it's still chicken. The other word for chicken is that. But like in a YouTube video?
Looking out to my car, it just felt numb. Still, I stopped at the pharmacy and picked up the pain meds. He prescribed me a bottle of Oxys, which, that's the good shit, right? Those are the kinds of pills that start rap careers, if you know what I'm saying. They're also the kinds of pills that end rap careers, if you know what I'm saying.
I still see your shadows in my room, which is
So
crazy. Like, that's crazy, bro. You have to do that. You ain't have to do that. You had to do that. You can't do that.
Still no pain, and I think to myself, you know what? I don't need these pills. I have Jesus. If God wanted me to get circumcised, he's also going to give me the strength to get through whatever pain the circumcision is going to cause. I don't need the devil's medicine. And so I flush him down the toilet. Well, turns out that was a mistake. So the day continued, and with time it started to ache a little bit. But on a scale of 1 to 10, at worst it was like a 3. Fast forward to bedtime, and my wife and I go to sleep. And I don't know how long I was asleep for, but at some point in the middle of the night, I am awoken with the fire of 1,000 suns on my Johnson. The closest thing I can compare it to is all right, imagine you have a boner. Now imagine a pit bull trying to bite it off, bro. That's probably what it's like. It was like the worst blowjob ever, times 1,000. I couldn't help it. I yelled out, Lord, Jesus, please help me.
What's he making you nut, nigga? God damn.
Of course, that didn't do shit, and it wakes up my wife, and she's like, "Oh my God, what's happening? Are you okay?" I'm like, "No, my dick's."
Why are you asking me if I'm okay? If I'm clearly sitting here screaming in pain, I'm in agonizing pain and torture yet. Are you okay? No. Go get help. Call 911.
Gonna explode. And I honestly thought, what's happening? Are you okay? I'm like, no, my dick's gonna explode. And I honestly thought that might happen. Like, what if the stitches were too tight, right? I didn't tell the doctor that I was a grower and not a shower. What if he didn't put enough slack in it? But fortunately,
what if he didn't put enough slack in it?
Right? My wife got me an ice pack, and that did calm things down. Once it was thoroughly chilled and back to its original state, I was able to fall asleep again, only for that shit to happen all over again, several times, every night, for like a week straight. It was torture of the sorts I had never experienced before. By the third day, I called the doctor's office and tried to explain to them how I threw away the pain pills because I thought I didn't need them. And so I was wondering if I could get another prescription. But they didn't believe me. They must have thought I sold them or was an addict or whatever. And so they didn't write another prescription. And so I had to thug it out on just Tylenol, my G. Just over-the-counter pain meds, which did nothing. But I got through it. Yeah, it was hard. No pun intended.
Wait. They didn't give him more pills? Hold on.
The thought I sold them or was an addict or whatever. And so they didn't write another prescription. And so I had to thug it out on just Tylenol, my G. Just over-the-counter pain meds.
Why is the Miralax right under? Every time I'm going to get Tylenol, the Miralax is never right under the Tylenol. So why is the Miralax?
Nothing. But I got through it. Yeah, it was hard. No pun intended. But I got through it. And after a couple of months, it was fully healed and ready to go. And since then, I've had one more kid, a son. So that's 2 girls, 1 boy, all under 3.
Congratulations.
Just so you're all caught up. No complaints from the wife.
Under what?
And so, kid, a son. So that's 2 girls, 1 boy, all under 3. Just so you're all caught up. No complaints from the wife. And so, all's well that ends well, right? Is what they say. And that's the story of how I got If you couldn't tell, I had have a cold, man. I don't know, it might be COVID. I don't. Yeah. And that's the story of how I got circumcised as an adult. Thank you.
Well, Chad, that was a very interesting story. Batman wouldn't have been able to get that information out of me. And if y'all enjoyed, subscribe. Come hang out. I'll see y'all soon.